The 2025 Bentley Flying Spur. This is the 4th generation, and Bentley claims that this is the most powerful Bentley sedan ever. But the reality is this is basically using the same plug-in hybrid powertrain from the 2025 Continental GT. More on that in a little bit. But if you're interested in ordering one of these vehicles, you can reach out to Bentley of High Point, North Carolina. This is the oldest Bentley dealership in the country, and they are currently accepting orders for these 2025 Flying Spurs and the Continental GT. And this dealership is able to ship nationwide. If you're interested, I'm going to have Chris Rivas and his phone number on the screen and in the description box. Also, if you happen to be in the Charlotte area, Chris Rivas does run an exotic car rental business, so you can check that out as well. He just has an Instagram page. All of that will be down below. Now, let's get started with some of the highlights here. First, as mentioned before, we have the plug-in hybrid V8 powertrain from the 2025 Continental GT, and this is essentially replacing the W12 from before. And this new plug-in hybrid, it produces 782 horsepower and 1,000 Newton meters of torque, which is really about 738 pounds-feet of torque. Vehicle can do 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds and will even run on 47 miles on pure EV range. That is really impressive. And when you have this new Flying Spur filled to the brim with fuel, you can expect to get about 515 miles of driving range. We have a performance active chassis with Bentley dynamic ride and all-wheel steering. That's going to help make this very long sedan manageable in your day-to-day drives. And we do have a subtle exterior refresh with a new grille, new bumpers, diffusers, and new 22-inch wheels as well. And we also have dark tint brightwear as well. Regarding the interior updates, we have new precision diamond quilt pattern on the seats and precision 3D diamond hide on the doors and the B-pillars. There is a new wellness seating with postural adjust and seat auto climate available for all 4 seats. We have a all-new electrical architecture that enables integration of new class-leading technology for unrivaled user experience. All right, and we have the new Bentley app that integrates with other popular apps with your vehicle. They're saying that this new plug-in hybrid V8, it's going to outperform the old W12 in every single way. That's fine. And there's even going to be a limitless number of possible configurations. Very good, very good. Now let's get into some of these details here. Those were just the highlights. Now let's talk about these changes in more detail. All right, Bentley is calling this vehicle its first 4-door supercar, and this vehicle is now in its 4th generation. They want to really drill into your head how much better this new plug-in hybrid is compared to the old W12. And honestly, I just recently reviewed a W12 Flying Spur, and over the years they've really quieted that engine down. In fact, they even said this in their latest press releases regarding the newer W12 Flying Spurs. They did in fact quiet the engine down, so it kind of lost some of its sonorous engine notes. So I'm not really too upset that the W12 is gone, and besides, the V8 that Bentley currently offers, the regular 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that's shared with the other vehicles like the Porsches and the Audis, that is a brilliant engine. It responds perfectly with these new Bentleys. There is no lag, and what we're covering here is essentially the Bentley Flying Spur Speed replacement. This isn't exactly the regular Flying Spur that we're talking about here. A regular Continental GT also has not been unveiled yet, just so you're aware. So all we have to talk about is the ultra high-end performance plug-in hybrid, which is great. You know, Bentley really knows how to make a V8 sound good, so I'm really not too mad about this powertrain. And besides, doing 47 miles of pure EV range, that's always a blessing. I do like that. It's nice to have that option. And Bentley claims that the CO2 emissions are 90% lower than the outgoing W12. And with 782 horsepower, that's 147 more horsepower than before. And with the 0 to 60 time of 3.3 seconds, that is half a second quicker than the W12 speed. And all of this is impressive, although they haven't unveiled all of the specs. I remember with the Continental GT, those vehicles, they weighed about 5,500 pounds. as a coupe with that new plug-in hybrid. So the weight has gone up on average by about 300 to 400 pounds with this new hybrid switch. So we can assume that the new Flying Spur is going to weigh even more than 5,500 pounds. Not lightweight vehicles by any stretch of the imagination. Granted, this is a Bentley, so nobody cares. Some people might even want this to weigh as much as possible. I don't know. Anyway, and this powertrain, it is going to be mated to the excellent 8-speed dual clutch transmission. That's another thing that Bentley really got right. Their DCT, it's tuned perfectly, no real lag. And with the E-motor, you are going to get instant torque. And they say that the V8 engine, it has a charismatic cross-plane beat, and I believe it. The Bentley V8s are very sonorous and satisfactory to listen to. And compared to the W12, we do have here higher torque from lower RPMs, and the torque has increased by over 11% compared to before. And we have about 738 pounds-feet of torque, and the horsepower has gone up by 19% from the W12. And talking about just the V8 engine itself, it provides a cleaner combustion and improved emissions, and the E-motor is going to help to negate any turbo lag, and this is still a twin turbo engine. And they're saying that complexity has been reduced with this engine and cylinder deactivation is not required. I'm sure that's going to make a lot of people very happy, myself included. When you're running this vehicle in its pure EV mode, this vehicle, it's going to operate on 190 horsepower and like 450 Newton meters of torque, which equates to about 332 pounds-feet of torque. But Bentley claims that even in EV mode, that's more than enough power to keep up with traffic in most situations. And this is a 25.9 kilowatt hour battery pack. And yes, they do claim 47 miles of EV range, but that's on the EU drive cycle, just so you're aware. And when you're driving in the pure EV mode, you can drive up to 87 miles per hour without the engine kicking in. The battery can be fully replenished in as little as 2.75 hours, thanks to significant improvements in charger and battery capacity with 11 kilowatt peak charging power, according to Bentley. Moving on, the Bentley Performance Active Chassis comes as standard with the Flying Spur Speed, and this features a sophisticated new setup that includes the Bentley Dynamic Ride and all-wheel steering, along with an electronically controlled limited slip differential. And believe it or not, these Bentleys, they have like a near 50-50 weight distribution. It's 48.3% in the front and 51.7% in the rear. And every Bentley I've driven, they handle great despite their size and their weight. They feel very effortless to drive, and I'm sure this new Flying Spur is going to be no different. Anyway, the system uses active torque vectoring front to rear through a center differential and precision vectoring across each axle using the brakes. We also have new and advanced twin valve dampers that enable rebound and compression damping to be separately controlled. And this creates a clear delineation of dynamic capabilities between comfort, the Bentley mode, and the sport modes. And this is true. There is a difference between the various driving modes in these vehicles. You can feel that difference. And Bentley claims that the body control of the previous generation's sport mode is maintained, while the ride comfort in the comfort mode is significantly improved. Moving on to the exterior, the reality is this vehicle, it hasn't really changed all that much. The previous Flying Spur, it came out in 2019, and this looks very similar, but as mentioned before, there are subtle updates like a new grille, new front and rear bumper updates as well. And something that's new for this generation is the Brightwear, or the chrome. It's going to be finished in a dark tint to give the vehicle a more sporty appearance, right? And if you opt for the styling specification aero package, that's now going to be finished in body color, although owners can opt for a carbon fiber finish if they want to. We have new 22-inch 10 swept spoke wheels available in 2 finishes, and we also get 2 other 22-inch wheel designs as well in various different finishes. Inside, as mentioned before, we have an all-new seat design that features a 3D diamond quilting and a revised perforation pattern in the seat's center section. There's a tactile precision 3D diamond hide close for the door inners and the B-pillars. We have a new dark chrome specification trim to complement the exterior dark tint Brightwear. And this new trim is going to apply to the door handles, the switches, the speaker grills, etc. And everyone's favorite feature, the Bentley rotating display, that's going to continue here. And we have a 12.3-inch high definition display. And again, your infotainment, it's going to rotate out of the way to show you 3 analog dials, or it can show you the third side, which is just going to be a plain version of whatever veneer choice that you chose. And Bentley claims that there's going to be tens of billions of different configuration possibilities to choose from. That's pretty much always been the case with these high-end vehicles. But just to give you an idea, you have like 101 different paint colors to choose from, and bespoke paint matching is also available. Like if you have a handbag or something, or a wallet that you want to potentially match the paint with, then go ahead. And for the interior, you have 22 primary hide colors and 11 secondary shades, as well as 4 color splits. And that means with the leather alone, there are more than 700 color combinations available. Regarding the audio system, I'm surprised that they still do this. They offered 3 different audio systems. Really, they should only offer 2, but the standard system is going to be a 10-speaker, 650-watt unit. Then in the middle, you can step up to the 16-speaker, 1500-watt Bang & Olufsen unit. And at the top, we have the 19-speaker, 2200-watt Name audio system. Honestly, they should just have the Bang & Olufsen and the Name and call it a day. They shouldn't even offer that bass audio. Anyway, we have laminated acoustic glass for the windshield and the side windows, resulting in a 9 decibel reduction in exterior noise versus non-acoustic glazing. And yeah, these Bentleys, they are quiet, but so are other flagship vehicles like the Mercedes S-Class and the Porsche Cayenne. There's a lot of quiet cars in the world. To be honest, this isn't adding a whole lot on top of what those flagships already offer, but then again, it's hard to improve on already top tier products. Anyway, this 4th generation Flying Spur benefits from the latest iteration of electrical architecture. What does that mean? Well, it's a fancy way of talking about the infotainment and the driver assistance features. That's really what they're referring to when they say electrical architecture. They also keep going on about the wellness features. So we do have that wellness seating specification that's available for all 4 seats. And this includes seat auto climate and postural adjust, which measures and maintains the perfect body temperature via zoned heating and ventilation, and soothingly and seamlessly varies the pressure on the occupant's muscles throughout their journey to ensure fatigue is minimized. Anyway, the wellness continues because the comfort of the driver and the passengers, it's going to be further enhanced by an air conditioning system that now includes air ionizers, a new particulate matter filter, and displays that show the air quality outside and inside the vehicle. And the system also synchronizes with the car's satellite navigation, knowing when it might be necessary to improve the cabin air quality. Yeah, okay. And improvements have been made with the essential features such as wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, as well as over-the-air map updates. Beyond these features, customers who choose to pair their mobile phone can also enjoy connected car care services, like being able to see your remote charging status, accessing your remote park assist, and your remote cabin precondition. Finally, the last few updates to talk about. Each year, further new features will be available, such as green traffic light prediction. That's interesting, never heard of that before. This is going to be increasingly activated in major cities in the US and Europe, and it allows a magic carpet drive through the city center. I really wish they would expand on that. That sounds interesting. And they have some verbiage here regarding the My Bentley App Studio, which is the latest addition to Bentley's digital ecosystem for customers. And you can now access third-party apps, which can be downloaded directly to the infotainment system, independent of your smartphone. And these applications can include things like music, video, gaming, navigation, parking, charging, etc. And that's really everything you need to know regarding the 2025 Bentley Flying Spur. Again, this is pretty much just your speed replacement here. It's not a regular Flying Spur. Same thing with the Continental. They've just released the speed replacement. So these are your top of the line Bentley products that I've covered in this video. and before. And as mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you're interested in ordering these new Bentley vehicles, consider reaching out to Bentley of High Point, North Carolina. They are accepting orders for these new vehicles. It's the oldest Bentley dealership in the country, and they're also able to ship nationwide. So if you want to work with them, I'm going to have Chris Rivas and his information on the screen and in the description box for you to check out. And if you're local to the Charlotte, North Carolina area, or if you visit often, you can check out Chris Rivas and his exotic car rental business as well. I'll have a link to his Instagram page below. Anyway, leave your thoughts below regarding this car. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.
That by a little bit.
Show off.
Damon?
Martin?
What are you doing here? Hello, Leah. Right, you two, get off my track.